For us at Munich Re, the main reason for introducing advanced IT management is to be able to concentrate on business IT alignment. Normally, that's divided into three areas: technical architecture, application management, and landscape and business architecture. We're concentrating on business IT alignment. For us, that's the main construction site for introducing enterprise architecture so that we can do better planning for the future and support business better as far as IT goes. For us, I think EAM does deliver value that will become apparent. We already have many individual disciplines of enterprise architecture management. We maintain our application landscape. We've captured our business processes. They're consolidated and documented. Enterprise architecture is nothing more than bringing these individual disciplines together and using the synergy effects. Above all, we want to use our enterprise architecture management as an instrument of communication. We want to use it to arrive at a uniform language, uniform concepts, and a uniform understanding, on the IT side on the one hand and on the business side on the other, so that the two parts can understand each other better or communicate better. The very definite answer is that it shouldn't be a specialist issue. Instead, we take a decentralized approach. We want to provide as many people as possible with this instrument, that EAM and the corresponding tool serves as a communication platform for IT and business as a whole, at least for those people who are doing planning. There are two roles. On the business side, a so-called global business architect who has the authority over the entire business architecture and his employees. And on the IT side, there's our CIO and his IT strategy team that are working with this instrument. However, the data is filled by a large number of people responsible for doing planning for application landscapes and so forth. On a very fundamental level, there's a much-cited quote by Gartner that there's no value in measuring the value of an IT, so I believe it's very hard to assess the term value. But I believe that with enterprise architecture management, we can deliver much better quality in terms of the information we use for our planning. I actually believe that the tool doesn't play such an important role, but I think it depends somewhat on the size of the company. It's much more important that people have the shared understanding, the shared concept that there's an established process, an established methodology. From a certain size onward, you have a quantity of information that you need an appropriate tool to deal with. For planning IT, there were three crucial criteria. We wanted to take a very decentralized approach that gives you the best support with planning IT, that enables you to work with a web interface. Our server is in Munich, but it can be used worldwide without software installation. The second point that was very important to us is usability. That also has to do with the decentralized approach. We want to hook a lot of people up to the system and be able to operate it too. That means it can't be an expert tool that can only be operated after a lot of training. And I think planning IT has come pretty far in this respect. And the third point is what I think planning IT is now outstanding at, which is the ability to deal with the dimension of time. This is a complex issue, and it's relatively difficult to master. And in this respect, planning IT has come quite far.
Planning IT ist auch in diesem Punkt recht weit. Also wir haben uns sehr intensiv beteiligt an der Toolstudie.
We participated very intensively in the tool study by the Munich Technical University in 2005. our requirements entered into it, and we looked at the results. The EAM tool market is still quite lively. That means that the tools are changing very quickly and are very different. I think the crucial success factor when selecting tools is to decide beforehand very clearly what exactly you want to do with them. The usage scenarios are very different, and I think it's very important to know beforehand what kind of solutions you want in the end, and what you want to do with the solution, and make the decision on that basis.
Mit der Lösung machen will und aufgrund dessen erst dann die Entscheidung zu treffen. Den ersten Kontakt hatten wir Anfang 2007.
The first contact was in early 2007. We conducted some intensive workshops in the spring of 2007, did a piloting until the summer, and then went productive with Planning IT in August.
Mit Planning IT. Also die Pilotierung war sicherlich.
The piloting was definitely successful, also in the sense of learning from each other what we want to do with the tool, communicating that to the tool manufacturer, and on the other hand, that when we do have problems, when we don't know how to deal with them, the tool manufacturer can show us possibilities for dealing with them. That meant that within this piloting phase, enough trust was developed so that it became a basis for deciding for the tool.
Dass wir dann aufgrund dessen die Entscheidung für das Tool treffen können.